Okay, good. Hello, it's Elizabeth with Willow Tarot. You know what? Let me just talk to you now that I've cleared out my screen and I can focus. Hi, I'm Elizabeth with Willow Tarot, and we have big deck energy. Morning, Coles. We have a group read today. I do want to start with a manifestation story, if I can remember it. Right. I remember. All right. So about 2 weeks ago. First of all, sorry. Hi guys, joining us live. I'm on Zoom, so I don't have the opportunity to see your comments, but thank you for being here. And I want to share a manifestation story about YouTube. About 2 weeks ago, I put out the thought, the desire, the want, that I want to have I would like to have more views on my videos than the days that they have been up. So if I have a video up for 24 hours one day, I would like to have at a minimum 2 views. Okay, that's fair, right? And then to go beyond that, so I was talking with my friend Valerie Lewis over at Tarot Unicorns and Coffee on Meetup. Wonderful group. She also does group reads. She also streams them, but hers are a little bit later in the day. So they're 11 a.m. Central. They might be more in accordance with your sleeping style. Check her out. She's great live. But anyway, so I put that thought out there. Now, when I was telling Valerie about this, I also said that my grounding thought, what led me to want to have the views, because it's not a numbers game with me, is that I would like to be invited to speak at the Omega Institute in upstate New York. And when my friend Travis Holt, who's been asked numerous times to speak there, to teach there, he's a wonderfully gifted psychic medium. I asked him about, well, I said I was just so proud of him and I was so excited for him. And he said that in part it is the amount of the subscribers that you have. Like, do you have traction? Do you have viewership? And I was like, wait, I didn't realize that that was that important. This may sound odd. I didn't not think about it. So my grounding thought was, I want to be invited to the Omega Institute to teach. And to do that, I need the numbers. So that's why I want the numbers. 2 weeks ago, I put this thought out there, and it's happened every day since those 2 weeks. And the video I put out 2 days ago has 20 views, which for my numbers is gigantic. I love it. I just love seeing it happen. Okay, that's my manifestation story. Let's start. All right, we are going to start with Seasons of the Witch, Beltane Oracle. There are 8. I really am not going to lose my shit with this camera. I recognize that I am the one that needs to attempt to figure out how to change it. If I hold it in front of my face. We're just going to let this do its own thing. I would like to view wherever the camera goes today as a message. So whatever you see in the background, view it as a message. Be the reader that you are and read it. You can just mute me. Yeah. All right, so Seasons of the Witch, Beltane Oracle. There's 8 of these decks, because we recognize 8 pagan holidays during the year. And currently, we are sitting in Beltane. So let's go ahead. They're so pretty. Oh, it is, yeah. And each of the decks, you'll find a common theme in every card. Well, I'll say theme, maybe symbol. Like every card, for example, would have moss. I don't think that's actually one of them, but every card you would find moss growing on something. As an example, these are all, yeah, most of my decks are upside down. All right, let's go. Group read. If you are thinking of a question, if you want to be thinking of a question, go ahead. You don't need to be. You can also just hear what's being said and allow whatever to come. You can listen to me and not actually hear what I'm saying. Wait, is it the other way around? Hear and listen, or is it listen? No, you hear everything, but are you listening? Is that how that works? Anyway, are you focused? Lock in. Or don't lock in and completely ignore the words, just the wah in the background, and let your mind go. Whatever you are thinking is amazing. Okay, that was a fast shuffle. Oh, primal, whatever you are thinking is amazing. Mankind probably had those thoughts. Let's say people kind. Humankind. No, I don't like that one. People kind. Before we had organized religion, government, we had ourselves, and we had community, and we had the primal nature or nature of person, where we were allowed at some points and in some cultures to be exactly who we wanted to be and were embraced for it. Because it's our nature, it's primal, it's what we're born with. All right, let's go ahead and see. I mean, no, not a psychiatrist. Okay, 32. 32. 32. Okay, primal. So on the card itself, there is no other way around but through the very truth that lives within you. There is no other way around but through the very truth that lives within you. Okay, so primal. Primal energy maybe doesn't question the route, like doesn't go, should I go left, should I go right? Doesn't try to avoid. It's ready to meet everything as it comes, and not in the defensive nature, just it's ready to meet. All right, maybe, let's see. There is a primal force flowing through each of us. Let me get that card up. I am working on a card cam, but maybe next year. There is a primal force flowing through each of us. You feel it when your tummy rumbles and you feel the urge to eat, or when sexual desires overcome you while sharing a kiss with your beloved. These urges guide you to seek shelter when it rains, to cover up when you are cold, and to run when you are afraid. And while these urges are seen as being necessary for survival, other urges, such as honoring your wild, uninhibited self and raw nature, are not always welcome in modern society. However, they are equally essential to living. The primal card is here to challenge you to let go of who you think you're supposed to be, so you can become who you really are. If you have felt confused, stagnant, or lacking in motivation, or have a general sense you are going nowhere, it may be because you are trying to follow a path that isn't truly meant for you. Consider whether you are living to please others, doing what is expected of you, rather than what brings you joy and fulfillment. Alternatively, if you find that you are in alignment with your current goals, consider whether you have been trying to emulate others rather than expressing your true self. You may have similar goals as another person, but you do not have to go about achieving them in the same ways. Trust that who you are is more than enough without having to change your core nature or adapt to fit in. And I had that revelation a few months ago. Friends of mine, successful people in the metaphysical community, so I do what they do, or I'll experiment with what they do. And then I thought, Elizabeth, you're going to be like, measuring your success is fine, however you want to measure it. But your success is not necessarily found by taking the same path as others. Like, oh, everyone's on TikTok. Guess who isn't? Me, because I don't like it. I'm on YouTube. Great, I'm happy. But that's the idea there. Because while I know that I can get really a huge following on TikTok, I'm not interested in going there. Whatever, it doesn't matter why. So that's at least in one way where I followed my own path. But when I realized that that made me feel good, following my own path is much more important. Finding my own blueprint. So we have on the end of the card, we have social detox. Social media is a powerful tool, but it can create anxieties and stress when you don't feel like you're where you want to be. If you are regularly comparing yourself to others, consider detoxing from all social media while you surrender to your true nature. Doing so will allow you to step into your own skin without social influence. Yeah, I can do that. I like it when my power goes out, my Wi-Fi's down. That forced kind of hermit mode, forced hermit. That's fun. All right, primal. I love it. was a nice card. It felt good. It felt like, I mean, social detox, that wasn't a like that wasn't a dictate. It's the card isn't saying you have to do that, but it is an option. And it might, and I would consider sleeping a form of social detox. Okay. I find it very important to find where things are working rather than try to find out where they're not or where it doesn't. So when I'm sleeping, I am socially detoxing. All right. All right, here we go. So we started reading with this deck last Friday. No, was it a week ago already? It was this is the previous week, I think. We pulled from it 3 times or 4. We've only gotten ancestors, which is the card on top, and mother. So let's see what we get today. Look at the inside of the. This is when you open it. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Everything's a message. Everything's a message. 8 of Wands. How many heads are in this? 1, 2, 3. I'm looking all around like, how many more? Do I have like statues of heads? Oh, there's a death right behind me. See a little stuffed death? Okay, here we go. We're gonna get ancestors or mother or oh god, right when I said mother, both my knuckles on both hands flared. Okay. All right, are we ready to pull? We are ready to pull. All right, that was fast. That last deck was fast too, barely any shuffle. Oh, okay, we have the quest. All right. This is a cute card. I love it. I love all the flowers coming down. They're gorgeous. I'll show you in a minute. 9 is the Hermit. Yes, I had to think about it. Like, yeah. Oh, I said that like right away, and I was like, do you really know that? I do. I do know that. 9 is the Hermit, key 9. This is card 9. It doesn't mean that there is going to be that connection, but I love pointing it out. The quest. Oh, this is so pretty. And it's really cute. So this is healing the inner child. I would say maybe consider that is an inner child, your inner child. Perhaps the animal that it's riding on is your teenage your inner teenager. And perhaps the woods that they ride through is your inner caregiver. You are always in protection. All right, so let's go ahead and look. The quest. What's the quest? The quest. So we have invitation, inner child, and journey. How it's broken down. Life requires courage. From the moment we take our first breath until we release our last. To be alive is to be vulnerable and experience times of trial. Courage exists in the smallest moments. When we take a breath instead of lashing out at a loved one. When we give of ourselves selflessly. When we stand against injustice. When we love and open our hearts, exposing what is most tender. This card invites you to call on your courage and take a fresh look at your life quest. What is your creative vision for the earth and our global community? What dreams did you have as a child for our world? This sacred calling holds a clue to your creative purpose and destiny in this lifetime. There are no contributions too small. Each action performed with love and kindness is a sacred contribution to our planet. This card is here to remind you that what you do matters. Not to put any extra pressure on your adult shoulders, but each choice you make is important to our collective. But the choices that you're making, they don't have to be, they can be any choice. Have you chosen, and I want to say this because sometimes it's really hard, okay? There's no guilt, there's no shame. Have you chosen to sleep? Are you getting enough sleep? And maybe your work schedule and your caregiving schedule has you up all the time. I get that. If there's moments when you can rest, that's self-care. It's also that choice to give yourself something so that you can add a positive note to the collective. And the collective can be just yourself, it could be a small family, or you could look at it as a global community, our species. The inner child. As a child, did you ever feel that you were a brave adventurer on a quest? What were you seeking on the quest of becoming who you are today? Reflect on the fortitude and resilience it took to become who you are in this moment. Look at your younger self and say, I honor your courage. You did your best, and that is more than enough for me. It's beautiful. The journey. Bring yourself to the moment of the last breath you will take in this lifetime. Okay, let's take a moment. We're going to go there. Bring yourself to the moment of the last breath you will take in this lifetime. I'm standing in the mist at the base of a mountain, and it's the cold air that represents my last breath. Look back on your life and ask yourself if you succeeded in your quest. The mist is growing denser and coming around me like a hug. And the idea is, yeah, because you're here. Where you've been is less important than where you are. And where you are is at your last breath, ready to cross into the threshold of something new. This is the before, the was, and we're moving into the now, the becoming. Did you accomplish what you were seeking? Yes, because accomplishment is simply movement. Did you become a person you admire? Yes, I did. Write down 3 reasons why your life was or wasn't a complete success. What do you wish you would have done differently? Write that down too. As you read your answers, be curious about how these self-evaluations can inform your life today. Let's look at that again, because this is not about shame or blame. Because it did say complete success, which is heavy, right? But listen, as you read your answers, be curious about how these self-evaluations can inform your life today. Transform them into present tense statements. For example, if you wrote, my life wasn't a complete success because I wasn't fulfilled in my work, you would then write, I wish I had a fulfilling work life, and transform it to, I enjoy a fulfilling work life. Continue this writing process with each of the reasons you listed as to why your life wasn't a complete success. Your wishes and desires are dynamic and alive, and bringing them to the present moment and seeing them already taking place creates a powerful shift. Trust your ability to make the needed changes. And if your life was a complete success, congratulations. Write down some new dreams and desires. That was Healing the Inner Child by Nina Magendre. When we have our talk, I'll ask her to pronounce that. Go ahead, I see your hand.
Oh, yeah. When you're talking about our primal side and our spiritual type, to me, it's like everybody's. It's like in a 7 of Cups kind of moment. You're constantly being pulled in different directions. You can't please both of them. You can't be both of them. You want to be one thing, but it's hard to be one thing or the other.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like our like humans, like the Industrial Revolution came about by virtue of caffeine and sugar. That's not how we're supposed to be living yet. We're well into this revolution over 100 years, and we're still living that way. So I think that as a species, what you're saying, that inability to live in that primal state, being pulled out of it, or even to exercise it, even to like taking your dog out on a walk, just to let it see the light of day is difficult because it's either you're being filmed, it will end up on social media. So then you can't really explain to the entire world why you did that, nor should you have to. But it's hard to let that go. But I also think that our species is heading for a dynamic shift because we cannot keep up with what we're doing. It's burning us out, but we're exchanging that burnout by, I think, like putting it on the next generation. in some ways. Like each generation seems to just dump all this shit on the next generation, and it's not going to keep working. So anyway, I don't know. Not really having a full thought here and starting to lose that thread. So we're going to move on. All right, fine. Okay, we're good. Okay, I am other than these two decks, which these are our mainstays. We're always gonna have the pagan, and then we'll have the healing the inner child because, whew, I'm digging it. We have Sisterhood of the Seers Oracle, Athena Vox. So you will not see this again until I go through every damn oracle deck over there. All right, so this is kind of fun. I try to keep it changing. Sisterhood of the Seers Oracle by Athena Laz, illustrated by Ana Santos. Keep hearing, "Are you frowning?" I'm like, I could have been frowning. Sometimes I have like a frown look on my face. I'm like, oh, relax your face muscles, whatever, you know. Like I'll be thinking that in my head. And then I heard, "Are you frowning?" And I was like, oh, is that like a reminder to not like to relax my facial muscles? And then I just kept hearing, "Are you frowning?" Like usually I get a conversation, but it's just on repeat. "Are you frowning?" Let's see if that has something to do with the card. Okay, time to pet. Got the cue. That cue was both of my wrists started to tingle. All right. The Seer of Shine, card 7. Oh, it has a bunny. I love bunny. Creativity, see and be seen, worthy. So wait, 2 key words, 1 key phrase. Wow, very talented artist. Gosh, very talented. Wow. Wow. Okay. That's so, I wonder, gosh, that's just amazing. People can see that in their head. I see a lot of shit in my head, but I don't know how to get it on paper. That'd be neat though. All right. The seeker of shine, the seer of shine. Essential meaning. Seeing and being seen. Sounds like a Leo, which I am. Worthy. Soul sight. Creative impulses. Seership. Divine inspiration. Shining your light. Owning your power. The seer's message. This card comes to you with a dual message. First and foremost, do not be afraid to step into the limelight of your life and allow yourself to be seen as your most authentic self. This includes stepping into any relationship or environment as the real you. The real you is magnificent, and your soul essence is ready to take the lead in your life. Imagine feeling supremely comfortable showing up, owning your power, and being seen in your absolute realness. If you stand in your authenticity, you will have nothing to prove, but everything to enjoy, because you will be in less resistance to yourself. And by virtue of these emotional and physical environments, will begin to feel less restrictive and more pleasurable. Sorry guys, I got a little caught up in the wording. It doesn't sound right to me. I think it's a misprint. And by virtue, these emotional and physical environments begin to feel more pleasurable. Okay, well, what it's saying is, I guess, like, of course, I was picturing RuPaul's Drag Race, and these are already drag queens. Some have only been practicing their craft for months, but some years, some decades. So, but you still have to show up, and they're showing up authentic, but they're showing up in character as well. Like, depending on how they describe it. So there's a level, there's not levels of authenticity or how much do you put out there. There is an aspect of primal belief in authenticity. It's who I am. I believe I'm authentic in every fucking moment because whatever I'm saying or doing is me. I have not been taken over, as far as I know, but that'd be some shit. So I'm being authentic. You know, if I'm lying, I'm being authentic. I want to lie. Say that's horrible. But there's a level of authenticity in everything. So I actually don't appreciate it when people say things like this. There is authenticity. Now, however, there's also the incredibly restrictive atmosphere that culture can put on people and groups. The entire society itself suffers under the culture that it creates. So when we put restrictive measures around people, laws, literal laws about who you can love, for an example, it creates a restrictive atmosphere that we are all cocooning in. We're all growing in and we are all birthing in. We are all sharing the same fucking walls, regardless of how you feel it. So there is a restrictiveness to the I want to say level, air quotes if you're not looking at me, level of authenticity, because you are always authentic. But it's the expression of that authenticity. How do you wish to express yourself, where you may find yourself curtailed or outright told no? And we're all gonna feel that shit. Telling others no is just putting up walls around every individual on the planet. All right. Telling a child not to like another person simply because you don't is exactly what that's doing. All right. Let's keep going. Secondly, this card is a call to see and be seen in terms of seership. Societal constraints often teach those who are sensitive to be unseen. I'm sorry. Societal constraints often teach those who are sensitive to the unseen worlds that their experiences are not real. Yet the non-physical, the spirit world, is very real and available to you. Returning to a state of authenticity allows you to develop this skill set further. It requires trusting that you will be safe, despite cultural conditioning. To further this relationship, you must practice the art of inner gazing on a regular basis. In this space of inner seeing, you may also receive highly informative, creative insights, ideas, and inspirations. They are gifted to you so that you can bring them to life in the material world. So the activation of this card, I am part of a collective consciousness that is here to raise the awareness and vibration of the planet. As I do any spiritual work, I am fiercely supported. I stand and shine brightly for myself and others in all avenues of my life. I shine as me in all places and relationships. Beautiful card. I love that card. Whew. Got thinking. Oh my God. This is the card that would have been below. This is so cute. Infinite possibilities, but it's a little mouse on a mushroom. That's adorable. All right. Let me think. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and I'm gonna go to the reads. So I'll get out. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll go to the reads. So if you are here in my room on Meetup, you get an individual read. This is no question asked. So we're going to start with a rune card, an Elder Futhark rune card. And then we will pull tarot to go ahead and see what that message from tarot is. Oh, I mentioned Valerie Lewis at the beginning of this share, and she actually has a meetup today at 11 a.m. Central. And this is June 1st. But she has one every Monday at 11 Central on Meetup under Tarot, Unicorns, and Coffee. All right. All right. We're going to our personal reads. Okay. In the order that I got your names at the beginning, I'll read for you now. We'll pull a single rune card and then we'll pull a couple of tarot cards. We'll see. I don't know. This doesn't need to be preset, guys. I'm going to pull 77 tarot cards for this week. And I will burn the 78 without even looking at it. All right. I was reading about Timothy Leary this morning, and he had a way of looking at looking at the major arcana. I didn't even know he wrote on tarot. I'm definitely gonna read it. The turn on, tune in, drop out. Did I say that right? He was a Harvard professor. All right, rune card. The Elder Futhark rune card is Rye, though. Literally translates to wagon and can be could be a form of travel. See, the thing with runes, just like tarot, you can pull multiple. You can cast them as well. I like cards to see what we're looking at. I'm going to go to the book. I was singing it in my head. I was trying to remember the word. All right. Okay. Ride though. Meaning journey or travel. The literal wagon is the literal translation, but travel is the key theme for this rune card. When it appears in a casting, it indicates that an exciting journey is about to begin. This could be a physical journey, but it is far more likely to indicate an inner journey. The rune is associated with the right path being traveled, as opposed to the left path. So this suggests that your focus should be on enjoying the ride. You know, I don't know if it is in opposition to the left path. So we'll just, never mind, I said that. So this suggests that your focus should be on enjoying the ride rather than the actual destination. Live in the power of now. Being so closely linked to forward momentum, this card could also indicate that if you are currently feeling stuck in your life, your stagnation is due to an unwillingness to look for answers within yourself. Things have got to a point in your life, nevertheless, when it will be more painful to remain where you are than to go on this essential journey of self-discovery and personal growth. So let's see what tarot cards we get. Travel doesn't necessarily have to be physical. Like if I pulled Ansus, which I didn't, I pulled Howard's, but it would be like which is divine communication. It would be like travel within the astral realms, you know, not necessarily hop on a plane and go to Georgia. All right, so yeah. All right. Is it on your mind? I'm trying to think what tarot cards. Well, Six of Swords is travel. That's the first one I'm thinking of. The Chariot, because it's literally traveling. I mean, I guess any of them. The Fool. All right. Eight of Cups. I pulled that one yesterday a few times. Five of Swords. I pulled that one a lot too the past few days. And King of Pentacles. So I just wanted to see if I was going to keep pulling. So we've got travel. We've got Eight of Cups, Five of Swords, King of Pentacles. Keeping in mind it can be any kind of travel inside, exterior or inner. The Eight of Cups is going to ask you to make sure you know where you want to go before you start traveling. The Five of Swords is going to say expect that the limitations and obstructions you feel are the ones that you notice. So there are a lot more that you haven't noticed that have no effect on you. So the ones that you are noticing can truly have just as little effect. And then the King of Pentacles. Whatever you choose to value on your travels is what will make the most sense to you, regardless of what it is, how quickly it comes and goes in your life, or what meaning you had while it was in. All right, now these are very fast reads, which is like bizarro for me because I'm not a fast reader. All right, next read. And if you come on Thursdays, this is for everybody. We do reads for each other. We take more time. Depends on how many people in the room, and then we set a time. But that's like come and get your question and you get read for more than 30 seconds. I do watch a lot of RuPaul, and when they say they're going to read somebody, it is not a big thing. All right, let's see what rune card we have. Next reading, all right, general question, because it's questionless, but be thinking about whatever you'd like to be thinking about, including, did I buy spaghetti sauce? Fuck, where's my idea? That's okay. Be thinking about that because we're looking at a containment and we've got a clear jar with red sauce. You're able to see what's inside. You're able to see, you can value the contents without actually having to interact with whatever it is that you're thinking about. Oh, reading. All right, let's look at it. But however you want to see whatever you're seeing is important. Look inside. All right, rune card. Awaz, which is horse, literally. But when you think of horse, and when I think of horse and rider, I think teamwork. If that horse is consistently bucking, you're not going to be able to stay on, and you're sure as shit not getting where you want to go. Unless you want that to be the ground, then you're fine. You'll get there every time. All right, Awaz. Trying to say it right. And here's the card. I don't think I showed you the last card, did I? I'm sorry. I love the colors on this deck. And this is the Runes for Modern Life by Teresa Chung and illustrated by Camilla Perkins. I love Camilla's choice in color. I mean, everything. It's just so fun. I just love this deck. I love this deck. Okay, sorry. Focus. Okay, so we've got, so teamwork. Let's grab the book. I mean, it does literally mean horse if you're thinking about going horseback riding, or I actually have an oracle, equine oracle if you're looking at buying an oracle, whatever. Horsies. Horsies. If you just came across like a stuffed animal, or you're at the thrift store going, I don't need another thing, but boy, that horse statue over there looks great. Buy it for me. Okay. I love my thrift store. So the runes are set up, here we go, into 3 8s, and that is spelled AETT. There are eight number 8 runes per 8 AETT. Each 8 AETT is gonna put you in a like a way of looking at where the runes are sitting. So the first 8 are going to be about this, the second 8 roughly about this, and the third 8 roughly about this. It's a way to apply it. Like if you strictly read the majors as people, that's just a guideline. You don't have to. And the minors as situations, it's kind of like that. Okay, so anyway, having said that, let's go to this. Awaz, meaning horse or travel. So we do have a theme of travel between the 2 cards. Travel or change of residence, as well as loyalty, trust, and teamwork are the dominant themes for this rune card, which is associated with the horse, a sacred animal in many ancient cultures. Just as the bond between rider and horse is based on faith, love, and trust, this rune card reminds you of the importance of these qualities for the key relationships in your life. The card could also apply to a work situation or project in your life that requires discipline, trust, and teamwork, if there is to be any forward movement. If you want success, you need to dedicate yourself wholeheartedly. There are no half measures. I want to pause because sometimes with that pursuit of success, I can be a little on myself. So I'm getting there and just twist that knife. So if you want success, you need to dedicate yourself wholeheartedly. And I would add to loving yourself, because you're the one going through the process of, right? To love yourself during this process. It'd be like, okay, I'm totally seeing a woman giving birth. It fucking hurts. She's going through labor, and all she can think about is, you're doing it wrong. Oh my God, how are you fucking this up? God, why doesn't someone just put you out of your misery? Horrible things saying to herself, going through something that is like next level. That is something that somehow we're taught by our culture, by society. So if you want success, you need to dedicate yourself wholeheartedly to loving yourself. There are no half measures. Finally, the relationship on which this card could be turning the spotlight is the one you have with yourself. Do you trust yourself? Do you have absolute faith in yourself? If you don't, this card is urging you to focus your energy less on others and more on believing in yourself and building up your self-confidence. Okay. So I love that card for you. Look at the image. You have support. I mean, to be totally transparent, like, you are my friend. I know you, but like, we've met in person. I support you in ways that I am capable of supporting you, and people support you in different ways, because we all think. So it's for you to trust. I think, like, if I'm thinking of it in terms of me, sometimes I can be like, why hasn't she not you. Why isn't my friend named Brainiac? Why hasn't Brainiac responded to me? And 5 days. They must hate my guts. Shit, that goes on in my head. So I'm assuming it goes on in other people's heads. That shit needs to get cut out. No. All right. And I do see your hand. Hold that thought. We're getting ready to finish the read, and then I'll come right to you. So with tarot, we are going to offer more to the read, and the cards that we pull will say, let's find out. Let's see if no. Let's see if what I keep getting 8 of Cups and 5 of Swords. And no, they're not sticky. Oh, you're like, are they sticky? No. There. I want to read for RuPaul, I think. All right. Knight of Cups. Why does he have the Page's Cup? Well, the Knight has the Page's Cup. What? Why is this happening? Horse. Travel. Teamwork, leadership, trust, faith. Okay, let's go to another. Actually, should I pull clarity on? Yeah, pull clarity on that. The Knight of Swords clarified the Knight of Cups. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I mean, when you pull up in my world, when the Knights start showing up, I get a little iffy on it because it's like, oh God, what are they gonna do? Knights are kind of like, they can be kind of like the teenagers that lack foresight. So yeah, they'll act. Oh, they got no problem acting, but have they considered all of the or enough of the consequences that could potentially happen where they have a second thought on if they should act? Not all the Knights, but some. So I kind of give it that feeling. The Nine of Pentacles, which is my favorite minor. Step back, and rewrite. No. Step back. 5 of Cups. All right, I'm gonna stop. I'm a little confused on what these cards are meaning for you. Let's pull a second rune card because I'm just curious. I'm gonna put it on the right side. It's a very interesting way the spread looks. Gabu. So this is reciprocity. Okay, I'm gonna change this up a little bit. We have 2 tarot cards for the first rune, which is how I drew it, but we're gonna apply the second 2 cards to the second rune I pulled, Gabu, which is reciprocity. And I always like to say, fair is not always equal. If I give you $1 million and you give me a smile, we're done. That is reciprocity. It is done. So before you sign that contract, make sure you understand the terms. 5 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles to clarify reciprocity, the action of giving and receiving. Let's look at the book for the rune just to. All right, generosity and opportunity. If this rune card is drawn, the theme of giving and sharing is prominent. There may be a surprise gift arriving in your life soon, which would be 9 of Pentacles for sure. There may be a surprise gift arriving in your life soon, whether a material one or in the form of emotional support from others, or even the gift of discovering a hidden talent. The card urges you to appreciate this gift for the blessing it is, but it also indicates the need for you to shine a spotlight on the energy exchanges in your life right now, including personal relationships, partnerships, and contracts. Are you giving too much and receiving too little? Or are you the one not investing enough in a situation? You are especially encouraged to ensure there is a balance between giving and receiving in all your relationships. It also wants you to take a close look at the most important relationship of all, the one you have with yourself, and to create a harmonious balance between being sensitive to the needs of others and taking care of your own. And then when I was drawing this deck, I pulled the Page of Swords, which has almost the most of this black non-sparkle dust. And the reason I use this deck is because of this dust, because I had a vision about a week ago that I had this dust in it, exactly this. And when I pulled this deck out a week later or whatever, because I was debating on reading with it and I saw it, I was like, it's fine. But that vision I had, this is Gabu, so this is my gift to you, was allowing me to see something incredibly disturbing. Like I was a little scared because I didn't understand it. But then I understood that that fear came from not knowing, the fear of uncertainty. So I didn't recognize what I was seeing, which was the black dust was everything in this visual. I didn't understand what it was or what it was doing, but I did understand I needed to not interfere in its actions and let it progress as it would, because I was going to have further understanding by not interfering. So perhaps the Gebu message here, the gift I give to you, is you will gain further understanding by not interfering, by not changing the actions or courses of others, and potentially the course you're on now. If you feel that you are traveling in a safe way, perilous though it may be, continue to travel. Six of Cups, Six of Swords. That's six swords rammed down into that boat, which could sink and is most likely sinking as they're traveling. But they're still knowing they're traveling. Perilous, yes, but they'll still continue. All right, I hope that landed. I like reading with the rune cards. Thank you guys for allowing me to read for you. I am going to start reading with rune cards and pulling tarot to fill it out. I love this. This is absolutely going to be happening for the next couple of weeks. All right, thank you for your patience. I see your hand. What do you have to say?
Yeah. What I find difficult is there are what evidence is to what you think. Is there evidence what you can see with your eye and evidence that you feel? And I think they're equally important. But if you try to tell people there's a spiritual universe, there's archangels, they say, where's your evidence? And I say, I experience it. That's my evidence.
Mhm. I agree. I agree. And I think as a medium, oh, which my sessions start June 6th, guys. Join me over on Meetup under Dallas Tarot Club for mediumship sessions. The link is in the description. You don't have to have any previous experience. We are going to be using cards though, the brain cards. With mediumship, I've been going into breakout rooms and it's like it is unbelievably abusive. It is like I just want like if I've had people read for me and have been abusive because all they want to do is prove that evidence for mediumship, right? And this is not an abusive form of mediumship. This is loving, caring, and offering closure to grieving many times. But when it's treated like it's show and tell, like I'm a prop, as is my dead relative, it is no longer a safe space. It has become more about the ego and the reader and very little to do with the sitter, the aquarian, or the spirit. I see this consistently in the rooms I'm going into. It's like throwing out bones to a pack of wolves. Just let them at it. I'm the fucking bone. I don't like it. So yeah, I hear you on that one. At least that's what I heard. What you said, I don't know. All right. So let me see what time is it. Oh my god, we did so well on time. So all right, I think I'll read Oracle for half an hour or so, and then we'll go into reading tarot. Because and I think I'll just do it this way, regardless of how many people are joining us. Like Valerie does it, where not everybody gets to read them. That's just how it works. Because of time, but I like this. All right, guys. It's Monday. I will be doing this again tomorrow and then again on Friday. And then on Thursday, we will do individual reads, but they all take place at 8 a.m. I do not record the 8 a.m. I mean, the Thursdays, because it might get personal. And then Saturday is the very first mediumship class. You do not need to have a deck. I would actually say if you don't have a tarot deck or oracle deck or positive affirmation deck, whatever, because we are going to be working with cards. Do not go buy one just for this. Wait and see if you like it, if you even like what we're doing. And if you have the capability, you could always bring up cards on your screen. Tarot.com. I mean, you could just bring up, whatever. Biddy Tarot, I think they used to have a deck, but I don't know. I don't want to say that. But Biddy Tarot might have something. All right, I'll say bye. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you guys have an absolutely fabulous day. All right, bye, guys. And to those of you joining live, let's keep going. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for being here. And I'm gonna go ahead and end our live stream. And I hope to see you soon.